휠체어를 탄 채 직접 한국 여행에 나선 한 외국인 유튜버의 영상이 전 세계에서 큰 화제를 모으고 있습니다. 그런데 그의 카메라에 담긴 대한민국의 현실은 해외 시청자들조차 예상하지 못했던 반응들을 끌어내고 있었는데요. 최근 전 세계적으로 한국 여행 열풍이 거세지고 있는 가운데 휠체어를 사용하는 장애인과 보행 약자들 사이에서도 한국에 대한 관심이 커지고 있습니다. 그리고 이 유튜버 역시 단순한 관광이 아닌 보행 약자의 시선으로 대한민국을 직접 체험하기 시작했는데요. 그런데 영상이 공개된 이후 댓글창에는 순식간에 전 세계 시청자들의 반응이 폭주하기 시작했습니다. 과연 그는 한국에서 어떤 경험을 하게 되었던 것일까요? 지금 바로 그날의 영상 속으로 들어가 보겠습니다.
Arrived here in Seoul, in South Korea. Let's start my Korean adventure. Perfect. It's arrived. Woo!
그는 한국에 오기 전 일본 여행을 먼저 마치고 넘어온 상태였는데요. 그런데 한국에 도착하자마자 예상과는 전혀 다른 분위기를 경험하게 됩니다. 그는 일본에서는 휠체어 이용객에 대한 절차가 다소 까다롭게 느껴졌다고 이야기했는데요. 하지만 한국에서는 승무원들이 직접 나와 짐을 옮겨주고 끝까지 이동을 도와주는 모습을 보였던 것입니다.
I'm missing one more attachment that goes on the front. One more piece. This is what they gave me so much trouble about at the airport. Thank you. I have arrived in South Korea. Woo!
그리고 바로 이 첫 순간이 그의 한국 여행 전체 분위기를 완전히 바꿔놓게 됩니다.
Fella that was helping me through the airport, he said to me, he goes, Japan is much, much better than South Korea. Do you think Japan is better than South Korea? Got to turn off my camera in just a few moments, but this is the airport immigration office that's just through here. I've just gone through immigration that's just behind me, and I'm officially in Korea. It's like Christmas unwrapping my presents. I've now got all my bags, all my things, and I'm ready to enter into Korea. Just got money changed, and 100 Australian dollars has got me again a big bundle of Korean dollars. So I've arrived in the first toilet in South Korea. It looks pretty nice, but it's very dark in here. I don't think the lights are working. Also be aware in South Korea that in the airport they've got male accessible bathrooms and female accessible bathrooms. They're not unisex. I just discovered something that's life-changing, and it's called an eSIM. So no longer do you need to arrive somewhere and then go find a phone shop and then get a SIM card and put it in your phone and throw it out again. So you can actually order it and have your data ready to go. So as soon as you land, your eSIM just goes, clicks over and bam, off you go. Gimpo International Airport Station.
김포 에어포트 서브웨이 스테이션
That one?
라인 5 트랜스포트 to 라인 2
Do I need a special metro card? How do I get a metro card?
transportation card downstairs
Yeah.
go straight for about 5 minutes there is a convenience store you can buy transportation.
그런데 해당 유튜버가 또 한 번 크게 놀란 건 바로 다음 장면이었습니다. 한국의 대중교통과 공공 편의성이 좋다는 건 소문만 들었는데 실제로 경험을 하니 놀라움을 금치 못한 것입니다.
You then need to put it in the machine to top it up. So my first experience in the metro wasn't great. I asked for instructions and the lady just kept yelling at me. But this awesome guy is giving me a hand and showing me how to get through the subway.
당산 스테이션
I have survived the train ride and I have arrived at the destination. Tell you what, definitely an experience. The transport system in South Korea is absolutely amazing. Pretty much all the stations have lifts and it's easy roll-on access onto the train with no steps.
해당 유튜버는 본격적으로 한국 여행을 시작했는데요. 그는 단순히 관광지만 둘러본 것이 아니라 휠체어를 타는 장애인과 보행 약자들의 시선으로 한국을 직접 체험하기 시작했습니다. 과연 보행 약자의 시선에서 바라본 한국의 현실은 어떤 모습이었을까요?
I'm ready to explore South Korea.
I've just left my hotel. I'm ready for a big day adventure here in South Korea and Seoul. There are some very important things that you do need to know about traveling here. Number one, Google Maps does not work very well here. In fact, when you look up a business, they're often not accurate. I looked up a barber shop. Turns out it had been closed for 5 years. So you need to use an app called Naver Maps. Communicating with people can be a little bit challenging here because a lot of people do not speak English. There's an app that you can download called Papago. This app is really, really great for translating English to Korean. Come with me today and let's see how much we can explore in one day in South Korea. I'm just about to arrive at Hongdae. Hongdae is a very popular spot for shopping, cafes, food, and also nightlife. It can get extremely busy, I've been told. So I have arrived in Hongdae and it's very early in the morning. It's actually 9 a.m. And I forgot it's Sunday, so everyone's been clubbing here since all night. And there's a few people in the street that look like they've just rolled out of the nightclub. There's one guy over here just beside me, yeah, he's definitely intoxicated. As Hongdae is completely empty, I thought I'd use this as an opportunity to get some selfies with some street furniture.
I've been thinking about you, boy. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is. All I think about is you, boy. All I think about is.
I love it how the taxi services just pull up right in front of the intersections here so that people can't actually cross the intersection. Well, that was Hongdae. Unfortunately, everything was pretty closed, but from an accessibility perspective, it's pretty easy to get around. The footpaths are all smooth and easy to get over. Just be mindful that some of the footpaths just outside this area are a little bit shitty with all the pavements coming up, but it is a pretty cool area to go check out. I am now on my way back to the train station and about to get on the train and head to the CBD. It's now almost 10 a.m. so who knows, it might be quiet, might be busy, but let's go check it out. I have arrived in Gyeongbokgung Palace. I am greeted by this lovely staircase. Hopefully there's a ramp around the side that I can use to get in. The main path leading from the main entrance all the way into the side here to the palace is a stone path. It's a very, very bumpy path. It's not really suitable for manual wheelchair users. Well, you can get over it, but it's very bumpy and it'll be very challenging for a power chair user. There is compact gravel that is on either side of it, which you can roll over. However, there are parts where it's a little bit soft. When you enter, you need to be able to buy a ticket to be able to get into the palace. The ticket area is just behind me here. It costs you around $3 Australian to get a ticket. There is a little bit of a lip to get up to the ticket machines, so just be mindful. It's a bit tricky to get over in a manual wheelchair or a power wheelchair. Once you have got your ticket, then you need to go up the ramp. Be mindful there are two ramps. The one on the right is the ramp to get in, and the one on the left is the ramp to get out. Once you get to the closest point to the palace, the stone pavers get even more bumpy and uneven, almost impossible now to wheel over. But one thing I've noticed is that there is a path that goes all the way around the palace, which has concrete dirt. The path is a little bit narrow, so if you're in a large power chair, it might be a little bit of a struggle, but it's definitely more suitable to get around than the big pavers that are everywhere. I've hit a dead end, and this is as far as I can get to the palace. The rest has got stairs on either side. It's a pretty cool activity just to come and check this out. Such a beautiful place. And there's people dressed up with dresses everywhere with traditional wear. It's pretty special. I just found a path that goes on the outside all around the palace. And there's buildings that surround it all the way around. It's quite beautiful. And the path is compact dirt, but it's actually quite easy to roll over, surprisingly. And there are ramps everywhere that lead up to all the different spots. So it's actually a lot easier to get around than I first anticipated.
해당 유튜버는 경복궁에서의 이동이 결코 편하지만은 않았지만 그럼에도 한국 관광지 특유의 아름다운 분위기에 깊이 매료되었는데요. 그런데 그런 그를 더욱 인상 깊게 만든 것은 따로 있었습니다. 바로 곳곳에서 마주한 한국인들의 친절함이었습니다.
And I was just struggling up one of the hills just before, and one of the ladies who was dressed up in traditional dress, she gave me a hand getting up the ramp, which was really cute. So the people here are really sweet. All the way around on the outside of the palace are these statues. It seems that these stones are doing their job today by protecting the palace. I would definitely recommend the palace for wheelchair users, but just be mindful that some of the areas are definitely very bumpy and a little bit tricky to get over. It's great that there's accessible bathrooms as well. You will find there are parts that you just can't access. The majority of this place you can, and it's really beautiful, and it's so wonderful to get a bit of a grasp of the traditional culture here of South Korea.
하지만 진짜 문제는 그 다음부터였습니다. 그는 한국에서도 경사가 심하기로 유명한 남산타워를 직접 올라가 보기로 결심했는데요. 과연 그 여정은 순탄했을까요?
There's Namsan Tower in the middle of Seoul, and that's where the cable car is. And I have to get a bus. I haven't got a bus before in Asia, so this will be a good little experience to see what it's like getting on and getting off. I have almost arrived at my stop, and the really great thing is the app here tells you when the stop's about to approach.
Please get off at this bus, stop and transfer.
So I just arrived at the midway point for the bus, and there's another bus you can get on, but I thought, hey, I might just wheel. It didn't look very far on my maps to the tower, but then I realized the tower is up a hill. Have a look up that massive hill. There's absolutely no way I can wheel up there in my wheelchair. I have arrived at the bottom of the tower, and everyone's just getting off the bus. It was a windy bus ride. It went all the way through the winding up the hills. The view of the city on the way up was pretty incredible. You need a bit of core stability because the bus rocks around a lot as it takes the turns, so you need to make sure you hold on tight. It's a little bit chaotic because there's so many buses that are arriving at the same time, so there's people everywhere, and the pathway is a little bit steep being on a hill. So I've arrived at the base of the mountain to get up the hill, and I noticed the bus doesn't take you all the way up to the top of the tower. It takes you to a spot where you then still need to climb all the way up, and the hill is extremely steep. And I just had two guys just offer to give me a hand. They're from California, and they pushed me all the way up the very steep hill. What amazing humans they are, because I was looking at the hill going, there's absolutely no way I'm going to get up it. I was actually at a point where I was like, okay, I'm going to just get back on the bus and head back. But I've just got up here now, and I've just had a look out over there behind me, and the view over the city is absolutely breathtaking. It's just one of the most beautiful views. There's a cute little row of market stalls here where you can get things like bracelets, little toys to hang off your bag. And they've actually got these, they look like Christmas trees covered in locks as well. The tower is absolutely incredible. I've just got my photo taken against this green wall. And now I go into this sensory corridor. It's really dark in here with specks of blue light. I think it's designed to allow yourself to adjust to the darker environment before you go and see the observation deck. There's some awesome animations that run the entire length of the wall. It's a real kind of Disney experience. The only difference between this and Disney Experience, this one's accessible and inclusive. It's such a build-up when you go through the black area, and then you get into the lift with all the music, and then the lift opens and you go to a walkway and it's just full of crowded people and screaming loud children. It really is the most incredible view. You can see all the way through to China just over there. The Sky Observation Deck was an absolutely awesome experience. It was just a little bit crowded and full of people, but apart from that, definitely would recommend it. And just behind me, I just rolled out, and then there's a big display, and I got to see The Last Airbender. How cool is that?
이후 그는 남산 케이블카 탑승에도 도전했는데요. 하지만 예상치 못한 현실적인 문제에 부딪히게 됩니다. 휠체어로는 매표소 접근 자체가 어려웠던 것인데요. 그런데 그 순간 현장 직원들이 직접 방법을 찾기 위해 움직이기 시작했습니다. 그리고 바로 이런 순간들이 그의 한국 여행을 더욱 특별하게 만들고 있었습니다.
So I found my way to the cable car, and you'll notice actually this door looks like it's the entrance onto the cable car, and it looks very locked at the moment. And I've got the attention of the people on the other side, so I'll see if they can come and help me and show me how I get onto this thing. So one of the staff, I've just managed to get their attention, and I think they're going to try to organise a cable car for me to get on somehow. So we'll just hang out here and see what happens. So they didn't let me onto the cable car. Turns out I have to buy a ticket, but the place where you buy a ticket is not accessible, so I can't get to it to buy the ticket. So they're gonna go work out now how I get a ticket. Meanwhile, I'll have to wait here for quite some time for that cable car to go all the way back down and all the way up again. Anyway, welcome to inclusive tourism, hey?
짧지만 강렬했던 한국 여행을 마무리하며 그는 마지막으로 보행 약자의 시선에서 직접 경험한 대한민국의 현실에 대해 솔직한 평가를 남겼습니다.
Trip to South Korea has come to an end, and what a beautiful place. I actually was completely surprised about how beautiful it is and how much there is to offer here in South Korea. I only had one full day of activities, but boy did I get so much done over that day. The transport system in South Korea is absolutely amazing. Pretty much all the stations have lifts, and it's easy roll-on access onto the train with no steps. I rate the transport 4 out of 5 stars. The footpaths in South Korea are pretty great, but in some areas the footpaths need some attention with pavers sticking up. And also some of the tourist attractions also have some bumps and uneven grounds to get over. But I rate the footpaths 3 out of 5 stars. The people here are absolutely lovely. I only got to see a handful of attractions on the one day, but I felt that they were very accessible. It was really easy to navigate and get around with accessible bathrooms. The amazing thing about South Korea is there's accessible bathrooms absolutely everywhere. So whether you're in a public place or going to a train station, and they're also large, easy to use with automatic doors. The food here is absolutely incredible. It's probably one of my favourite things. And it's really, really inexpensive. It costs you about $9 Australian for a meal, depending on where you go. For accessibility, I rate South Korea 3.5 out of 5 stars, and I definitely recommend it for someone with a manual wheelchair. If you're in a power wheelchair, just be warned that the lifts are also quite small here. But for people with visual impairments, there's plenty of tactile pads. If you are coming with a disability, I probably would advise that you do bring someone to give you a hand. There are spots with some steep hills, and a lot of the shops and cafes don't have automatic doors. Thank you for joining me on my South Korea adventure. And together,
이번 여행에서 그는 한국의 현실을 있는 그대로 경험했습니다. 편리했던 순간도 있었고 예상보다 어려웠던 순간도 있었는데요. 하지만 그 모든 과정 속에서 누군가는 먼저 다가와 도움을 건넸고 누군가는 함께 해결 방법을 고민해 주었습니다. 그리고 바로 그런 작은 배려들이 대한민국을 단순한 관광지가 아닌 다시 오고 싶은 나라로 기억하게 만든 듯 했습니다.